Ben Shapiro also probably the first time he's ever not cited Israel's practices, but without putting them paramount, their perspective on something. Here he is. He is now also remember he was against the testing mandate that the Biden administration put out for companies of more than 100 people. You either test everyone with an exemption if they're vaccinated. Frankly, I would have been okay with, you got to test everybody too. But just how about a testing mandate, period? No exemptions. But that was too expensive for companies to do. That's basically what it came down to. Here is Ben Shapiro. Is he in office? Where is he? Oh, he's traveling. Yeah, he's here we go. Executive suite. I'm in an executive suite.
It's on the road.
If you are staying home because you were quote unquote near somebody who tested positive for COVID, I don't know why you're even testing. If you're asymptomatic, you should not be testing at this point. Bottom line is this. If you are sick, then you should probably stay home. When I say probably, I got to be honest with you. I don't know why. I really don't know why. Unless you are seriously ill, I don't understand why you would stay home at a point when everyone will get Omicron. Everyone. Okay, you staying home is not going to prevent your friends from getting Omicron because they all have Omicron because everyone is positive for Omicron.
Pause it for 1 second. When was this done? Monday? Yesterday? Put up the graph of Omicron infections in this country. Now, this is something that everyone predicted a month or two ago. I thought we would hit the peak on January 16th. When I canceled the show, or postponed the show, I was like, that's probably going to be the peak. It is starting to drop. Now, everyone is not going to get Omicron. Granted, 1 million kids got it the week of January 18th. We know data suggests 10% of them will get long haul COVID. Some percentage will die. Over 2,000 people dying a day in this country. Over 2,000 people a day. And this guy is saying, I don't know if you should stay home if you've got symptoms. If you're sick.
Everyone's going to get it, as if maybe spreading out how fast people do get it is maybe helpful for how the kind of care they get in the hospital, for instance.
There are plenty of stories of people who have been turned away from hospitals, people who have died because they could not get care for other ailments because the hospitals have been filled up. The cost of getting tested now for the individual is zero for your first 4 tests now, because the government will send you 4 tests.
Well, they don't like that either.
COVIDtest.org.
That's the tyranny of big government. Yeah.
Well, let's play this. I don't know why you would stay home if you're sick. I don't know why you would stay home, he says.
Just go give it to people because everyone's going to get it. That's his literal advice. That's what he said.
They're back to herd immunity.
Yep.
They've got no other. They've got nothing else in their quiver.
I wonder if his family has caught it. Has his kids gotten COVID? Maybe he should take them to a COVID party. Maybe he should take the whole family, see if he can get into a COVID wing, and just, walk around. Do some candy striping in the hospital without a mask on.
Everyone's going to get it.
Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't you do that? Why wouldn't the Daily Wire do a nice little short docu video of the Shapiro family going bed to bed to COVID patients, giving them all a kiss on the cheek, kiss on the lips, just a hello, like a little COVID party.
I like the idea of Ben Shapiro candy striping.
Let's put the keep going. Let's see where he's going with this.
I don't understand why you would stay home at a point when everyone will get Omicron. Everyone. Okay, you staying home is not going to prevent your friends from getting Omicron because they all have Omicron because everyone is positive for Omicron at this point. So you don't stay home with a cold. You don't stay home when you have a mild virus. Okay, but somehow this, which now acts like a mild virus post-vaccination.
I don't know if Ben Shapiro has any kids, but you are told to keep your kids at home if they have a fever. And in fact, the younger kids, they say, 24 hours until the fever clears. They don't want people coming in with colds. But put that aside.
Frankly, people should be more concerned about going to work in the future. Hopefully, COVID teaches people like, hey, you're sick. Maybe don't go into work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why this boss class propaganda is an overdrive to stop that lesson from being learned.
Right. Because if you start having people stay home from work, we're going to have to start offering paid sick days. And we cannot do that. We cannot do that under any circumstance. If you are sick, you go into work. That's the American way. And if you handle food, even better. Go ahead.
Way less deadly than Delta, even without vaccination. And certainly if you have natural immunity, which again has now been proved to be more durable than vaccine immunity. If you have all those things, then I'm not sure why we are still acting as though staying home is inevitably the proper strategy here. And in fact, it isn't the proper strategy when it comes to healthcare. Hey, in our places with the most vulnerable people, hospitals are now calling COVID positive people back into work.
My strategy is to go in and spread as much COVID as I can. That's my strategy. That's the way I'm going.
By the way, you know that you staying home isn't going to give all your friends COVID. I had Omicron. Did you have Omicron, Sam?
I did not.
Emma, did you?
No.
How about you, Bradley?
Well, that means that we're not friends.
That's
That's because we're merely colleagues.
excitement on our friendship. Yep.
I mean, I got to say, like, Matt is close enough that I could almost touch him at this point, and I have not gotten Omicron.
I could spit a watermelon seed at Sam.
That's right. That's what we do when we're having fun at the breaks. Just so despicable. They're like, and understand, like, they are doing this for exactly the reason that Matt says. Because you don't want the American population to realize that, hey, wait a second. This is not the way that you organize a society.
Well, didn't he
There
kind
should
of
be
give it
sick
away at the
days.
end, though, too? He said something about, what did he say at the end there? About, they're bringing COVID positive people back to work, and he's saying that as if that's an aspirational,
Right.
an aspirational way for society to conduct itself.
And not a sign that we went through all of the guardrails that we should have like slowed society down, like maybe close bars and stuff, so that hospitals don't get overwhelmed. So you have to bring back sick nurses to treat COVID patients.
And the amazing thing about this, and we're decimating our healthcare system too, incidentally. Decimating healthcare workers are so just completely exhausted and worn out. But the amazing thing about this at the end of it is, like, there's been no, like, Ben Shapiro's life is in no way inhibited. He doesn't like other people taking it seriously. That's what this is about. It's really inconvenient to me to walk around in a society where other people are taking this pandemic seriously. It makes me feel bad about myself. It makes me have to justify myself to my workers. Because I look in their faces and I wonder, is there one of them there that's worried about getting COVID? Is there one of them, as I look out on the sea of people at Daily Wire, is there one of them going like, hey, I hope my mom doesn't get COVID. I've got to go help her, move in tomorrow, or I've got to go help her do, buy her groceries. I don't like that feeling. It's inconvenient to me. And so we must all pretend like the pandemic doesn't exist. And again, reminder, it's not just the liberals who are doing this. It is around the world. They seem to be taking it seriously. The communists seem to be taking it pretty seriously.
Yeah, I mean, part of the reason China's allowed basically to do a non-mandatory vaccine protocol is because they have so many extreme measures for when just automatic things that kick in when a spread reaches a certain point, which is what ours should be too.
Yep.